Because of Easter. Yeah, Good Friday, man. Yeah, you don't have that issue on crypto. That's right. I remember the first time I tried to trade NQ close. Yeah, were you trading the market on close? Oh yeah. So hey Jen, you're about to get another eval with Lucid. If you don't have somebody else you use the code for, um, use my Trader Die X code. It'll give you the best discount. And I'm trying to look good to those guys. Um, I want to be able to run some competitions where I can give out free accounts and stuff. Real Spook, what are you trading today? Nice, man. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I don't want to be like a prop firm affiliate whore, but it is nice to have prop firm support, so I can, do some cool stuff and contests and giveaways and stuff. Really, it's really about you guys. It's not like I make any real money on it or anything. Yeah, Bitcoin. Okay, copy that. Yeah, we might need Jan. We might need to get some crypto accounts so that we can trade on the holidays, like Spook. Jan, I don't think I asked you how old is your kid? Yeah, it's I know. I would other like if I had crypto, I would probably just trade 24/7, and that's not healthy. Oh, congrats, man. That's beautiful. How's the transition been going from normal human to, super dad? Oh, damn. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Having a second on the way. That's really cool, man. That's the way I would want to do it. I don't have any kids. I've got I've got my dog and my cat right now, but I would probably want to do the same thing so that they would have, siblings. You weren't sure you were able to have children. Now with the second on the way, it's a little scary. Yeah, yeah. You might need to cap that. Unless you guys are trying to go for a big family, which would be cool too. But another surprise baby on the way would be I don't know, probably. I mean, you've gone from 0 to 3 real quickly, and your costs and expenses, if it's a surprise, could be kind of deterring. Yeah, 2 kids is a big family. I agree, man. I can't even imagine, dude. And especially if you had like a surprise third one, holy shit. Oh, what's up, Elku? 17 kids. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that's humanly possible. But good for her. Holy shit. Yeah, man, you'd have to jump into crypto. I had a little stint where I was day trading crypto. I thought it was. I mean, it was cool. I liked it. So I did go see that Project Hail Mary yesterday, and I thought it was a really good movie. Friendly too. It's called Project Hail Mary. It's got Ryan Gosling in it. He goes. I won't give it away, but he goes on a space mission basically to save Earth. But yeah, I thought it was really good. Super. It's got some like light comedy in it. Um, I say pretty cool sci-fi premise. Not as cool as Interstellar, I would say the concept, but um, he did a really good job, and I mean, really, really good movie. I think probably one of the best movies this year so far. That and Marty Supreme was awesome. If you haven't seen Marty Supreme, man, I'll tell you what. Um, so I have the $100 per month Claude plan. I might need to upgrade to the $200 per month. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. I just use it so much that it's like actually worth it. But like as far as I've seen, like I've never ever run out of usage with ChatGPT. And I to be honest, I haven't with Claude yet, but it's looking like I might be maxing out soon. I wish ChatGPT also had like a terminal based AI that would basically work with all your files and stuff. I'm sure it's coming. It's just not there yet. But for now, Claude has been really, really good. Oh, you have? Copy that. Are you using Claude Code? Dude, I haven't. I saw a headline about it. I should check it out. What's up with Perplexity? What's it called? Perplexity Computer? Is that like a new product? Is it like Claude Code? Does it only work with Mac? General purpose. Here we go. Analyze ISM index. Okay. Computer monitors, Perplexity computers, general purpose. Same interface. Computer work. Capable of running for hours or even months. Chat answers. Agents do tasks. Computer works. Yo, what's up, monster? Okay. How it works. Give computer tasks. Prompt in natural language. Computer deploys sub-agents to handle the rest. Computer will browse, research, create, and connect your tools automatically in the background. Okay. Iterate and improve. Keep iterating and guiding computer as it works, or start computer on a new task. All right. I've used Perplexity before, and I actually like it. Parallel research, browser automation, personalized, connect, yeah. Create and build. Productivity ready apps, websites, robust, and more. This is... Oh, Monster, you're exactly the right person to tell about this. Perplexity Computer. Yeah, if you have some time, dig into it and see what. I think it's new, and it's looking like an agentic workflow with Perplexity. So see if you can find out any information on it. You're definitely the person to ask about it. Okay. Cool, man. I'm going to look into that. This is definitely a cool website. Nice. The cool part is that you don't have to build the individual agents. You mean that Perplexity Computer builds it for you? Yo, what's up, Dr. Ninja? It looks like it works locally. Jan, what are you using Claude for? Sierra chart indicators and analysis. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. Cool. I'm interested. What kind of analysis are you doing? I've been uploading chart images with footprint and asking it to find patterns and try to create an indicator or visual aid to see them in real time. Okay, nice, man. That sounds cool. So so Jan, what I actually do to build all my sheets is I'm sure you've probably seen it before. I download all the data that I get from the footprint chart from NinjaTrader. You might you might consider seeing if you can download data. I'm sure you can from Sierra Chart, and instead of just giving them the image, you could have it analyze a whole day's worth of it. Keeps focusing on momentum. Okay, copy that. You'll have to let me know what would be the risk. I certainly know about the API keys, but what do you mean by leaking tokens? Nice, Jan. Yeah, I know, Monster. I know you told me about Kimi AI, and they just released a new model. You said, right? And you're working with it. Yeah. So I don't think my API will be leaking, but I just didn't. I didn't know about what Monster was referring to with tokens. Oh, okay. Copy that. Damn, this is crazy. I asked for this. Requested, essentially for a big report based on, um, basically trying to educate my agent that defines setups and kind of orchestrates the HTML page, the sheet, and it's been working on researching this for 17 minutes. Tokens are like unique passwords that get assigned locally to your computer. For example, if you log into a website and check Remember Me, that website assigns you a long string of character that remembers you. Okay. Um, so are you anticipating that if I'm sharing this screen right here, that it could be a risk, Monster? Okay, copy that. Thanks for the heads up. I'm too trusting. I'm too trusting. Like, I would never think to do some stupid shit like that to somebody, but I know they're many people out there that would certainly take advantage of stuff like that. Monster, you guys doing anything fun for Easter? Got any plans? Oh, damn. That's a bummer. You're working tomorrow, the day after, and the day after your uncle's birthday party. All right, well, at least you get to party, with your uncle. What are you guys going to do? You going to take him to the strip club? Dude, my girlfriend's got a friend that has a husband that went to Mexico, and she told him specifically don't go to a strip club because she knows the guy that she was going with, and apparently he's a big strip club guy, and it caused this huge fight between them and kind of caused a scene because she found out, I guess, while they were at like a company party that he had gone to the strip club, and he lied to her. I think that's the bigger deal probably, but curious what y'all significant others would do if you went to a strip club. Would they fight you, or are they okay with it? Copy that. GN tokens, the fictitious currency that no one can figure out how to calculate. Yes. If you're like going to get like a steak lunch and just hanging out at the strip club, that's probably a little bit a little bit different than like going to a bachelor party. Yeah, for sure. After my girlfriend told me about her friend, that got mad at her husband, she was like, "Man, I just can't believe she got that upset." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Well, I think you would be upset." And she was like, "No, I wouldn't." And she knows I'm not a strip club like person. I just like it's not my thing. If my friends are going and we were gonna go like because strip clubs like stay open late, I would go like and we would go for after hours or something because we could still like keep partying or whatever. So she knows, but I was like, if you knew, but if I was like, if I started to just go to the strip club, you would care. And she was like, no, I mean, she was like, I used to go with my friends to strip club and it's fun. I was like, yeah, but right now you're kind of full of shit. I know that if I started wanting to go, um, like every weekend or something, you would start to get pissed. And she was like, yeah, you're probably right, actually. Like if you wanted to go, she just knows I'm not that, like a strip club guy. Yeah, the food is good. I'm going for the steaks. I think we would break up. We both agree that it would suck seeing either one of us go out and watching other naked people. Watching other naked people. That's a funny way to put it. All right. Okay. So nightclubs now, you can barely tell the difference. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, with like the bottle service girls. That was another tough thing about working in the nightlife industry is that, I you're just around that all the time. And I know that like my girlfriend is extremely cool and, you know, cooler than any of the bottle service girls that I worked with. But I know that like she probably didn't love like me just being around those girls all the time. And it was something that I never really thought about because we met like in the nightlife industry and I guess I just didn't consider it, you know? I mean, she's always been super cool, but I know that like, that's not, for me having to spend late nights and managing a bunch of, girls that are basically I mean, we actually had pretty tasteful bottle service like outfits and stuff. They weren't like just like lingerie or anything. But still, I know that was probably tough on her. And not being home till like 4 a.m. and stuff. Yeah, that would be tough for me, I think. Hell yeah, monster. Appreciate your support, brother. I'm glad you joined. Exactly. Always calling and needing things. It's yeah. The one thing I miss about being in the nightlife industry was like that's how I got my social time in. I would be there, at least Friday, Saturday, but sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And like my friends would come see me. That's how I socialized. And now that I am out of that scene, I just every once in a while I'll go out and like have a good time, but not on a regular basis like I used to. I used to do it, every week. And that's how I would see my friends and I would, party and take shots and stuff. I'm glad I'm not partying like that anymore because that was a drain. Like 2-day hangovers and then the hair of the dog the next day when you got to go back. It was a lot. So I'm really glad I don't have to do that. Indeed, man. Hey, what's up, Manch? I always have a hard time pronouncing your name, Manchuanye. Is that right? But hi there, and happy Good Friday. I used to say I'd either be here spending money or making money. I'd either be here spending money or making money. Did you used to work in the nightlife industry as well? Ah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's much better when you're making money. Nice. Yeah, yeah, you know what the life is like. And unfortunately, like as an operator, the the best way for me to the most efficient way for me to show appreciation for customers that come in, that like come say hi and see me, and it's the fastest way to do it is go to the bar, buy them, or comp them and their friends a shot and take a shot with them. That's the best, the fastest way to to show them appreciation. So eventually I started doing like half shots or water shots or something. I would tell the bar to do that for me. What am I working on right now? I'm working on redoing my like the research portion of my system. So I have the SQLite, basically rebuilt my database to incorporate order flow at the end of it. Because that's how I'm. My curated information comes from order flow and volumetric bars, so I'm adding that to my data, and then I'm reworking the way like the agentic workflow for the research portion of it, and starting off with like the education portion of it. So created, a research document that serves as like a long-term memory, education file essentially. And now I am just iterating through a couple of tests of research to see if it comes out good first. And then after that, after I get the research, I'll run like a setup generator research process. Okay. On a real bar. No, it's time sensitive. Okay. Yeah. Just stop target. On optimal combos. So yeah, basically just optimizing the different parts of the system. I'm trying to like clean it up because I kind of have like everything everywhere right now, and I want to reduce the amount of shit that doesn't matter. You're Chinese, okay? Nice, man. I'm Korean. But yeah, good afternoon, man. And happy Good Friday. I don't know if you guys probably don't celebrate Good Friday, but either way, it's a nice start to the weekend. Oh, Monster, can you tell me about codecs? I don't know. I was watching a YouTube video talking about codecs, but I don't have an understanding of it. Basically, all what I'm talking about right now is whether or not the setups agent is testing for multiple risk to reward profiles. And one of the things I really want to optimize for is being able to analyze the data on as close to infinite combinations of risk to reward profiles as possible, rather than limiting it to like 15, 15, 15, 30. Basically these, like, I don't want to just base setups on arbitrary, stops and take profits. I want to look at what the setup actually is and then optimize for the setup rather than optimizing for risk to reward. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. It doesn't adapt to the setup, structural reversal, blah, blah, blah. What should happen instead? The grid should not be how we discovered. Yes, exactly. This adapts to volatility. And so now I'm telling it to, well, it's suggesting ATR relative sizing, which I like. Let's automate volatility in the range and structure-based validation after finding optimal ATR. To verify the stop sits beyond an actual structural level. It's too wide. Okay, wait. After finding the optimal ATR relative combo, verify that stops is actually. I put stop 51, but the nearest swing low. Dude, I was just talking about that. I actually haven't. I haven't. When did Codex come out? Because I also have a. What is it? I have a ChatGPT Plus account. Is Codex included with it? I'm gonna check it out. So optimal starter is a function of. Yes, you get more tokens with the subscription, but ultimately Codex is free. Codex is basically an app download that gives you access to chat are available. Okay. And free access to coding models. Okay, copy that. Does it work in the way same way that like Claude Code works, where I can install it on my computer, and it can be? I'm guessing it does. You can I can use it the way I am here, where it manages your files. Okay, nice. Yes, I like that. Identifies a session condition, level entry. Okay. Yes. Yes. You can set permission of GPT-2 to have full access so that you don't have to confirm. Nice. I like that. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I've heard about Codex, and I just I didn't look into it. And you said you like Codex better than Claude. What's the reason for that? Okay, copy that. I'll have to check it out, man. I mean, I don't know if I should have I don't know if I should have Codex touching any of my stuff that I have Claude working with. Probably not a good idea. But I suppose having both educated on what I'm doing probably wouldn't be a bad idea if I ever run out of Claude stuff or tokens. I don't know. Probably not a good idea. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Here's a big one. Can you control codecs from your phone? Ah, damn. That's kind of a deal breaker for me, to be honest. I can't I can't watch movies or anything. I can't watch movies or play video games unless Claude's working for me at the same time. Start new login following extra. Mm. Okay. I mean, that would work. I don't care if it's I mean, I could also remote connect to my computer and it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, like when you say the Google Remote Desktop, is it the Chrome version? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I use. And yeah, I agree, man. There's a lot of lag. No, 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 no. What happened to the stream quality? Just me, or is the max just? Huh. It must be you. You know what? I upped the stream quality because I knew there was going to be a lot of text. It should be running at 1440p, but I know that can you I had this issue the other day with somebody who was in a different country couldn't see the 1440p resolution. Weird. Yeah, why don't I stop the stream and I'll restart it and I'll just do 1080p. That's cool with me. Let me see. No, huh? That's weird. It's 720p over here. I wonder if I need to change. Ooh, I wonder if I need to change settings in Twitch to be able to do that. Yeah, that's whack. 720p is whack. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to fix that. Let me first make sure I know how to do it. Okay, I'm just going to change it back to 1080p. That's cool. I'll be right back. Joe, what's up, Adam? I'm just working on some AI stuff, man. What about yourself? Happy Good Friday. Also, how you liking that new Call of Duty update? You haven't played much? Oh, no shit. Okay. Happy Good Friday, man. Y'all don't get off at Easter? You're working on Easter? That's insane. Or do you mean you're just working today? Do not get off today, Easter, or anything like that. I'm saying that's fucking nuts. You'll sleep when you're dead, I guess, and so will Comcast. That's hilarious. Well, all you would have to do, I think, is make it a gay holiday, and then you'd get it off probably. Yeah, it's probably gonna be super slow. I can't imagine anybody that's trying to call you guys on Easter. Yeah, exactly, bro. You guys. Well, I guess you're working on Sunday. I was gonna assume you're gonna hang out with your parents, but I guess not, huh? Yeah, that's nuts. I'm guessing like your whole team probably has the same type of schedule, huh? Like, I guess what I'm wondering is, do you and your team have identical schedules, or do they like, do they? Yeah, I'm guessing. Hmm, I don't know. Yeah, or do you guys have like different shifts? You know what I mean? Dude, that's insane. Come on, give me a break. You get off Juneteenth, but you don't get off Easter? Come on. No shit, man. The only days we technically have off is Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay, well at least they kept those, man. Those are the most important ones. But Easter's pretty important, I would say, for a lot of people. It is for my family. Damn, brother, you're gonna miss out. I bet your family's got a nice Easter meal they're cooking, huh? The my when I go to Austin, it's usually a big Easter meal. Like we do my brother's wife, like her family lives in Austin and they do it up huge, basically just as big as Thanksgiving. Really, really good casseroles and honey ham and um turkey too. Yeah, dude. What a bummer. Oh well. Can you guys like request days off? I'm sure you can. You probably just have to do it a few weeks ahead of time or something. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Damn, you should have hopped on that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I would too, to be honest. Damn, these processes are taking a long ass time. I think I'm gonna switch it up to where I'm playing a game while doing AI work. Let's see, how do I do this? Never seen a company take other holidays as actually off, but not Easter. Yeah, man, that's a first for me too. But fucking A. What kind of hours you looking at on Sunday? Okay, copy. Yeah, you can't prove that shit. No, I wonder if I call off sick. Oh, what are you going to do? Yeah, true, dude. True, man. Just say you got COVID. They'll certainly respect COVID, I think. Yeah, exactly, dude. 'Cause 6 feet. I'm really careful about, when I talk about on stream and stuff because, people can get offended, but also don't offend me, you know? Nah, but I can talk about that. I don't really give a shit. Um, I did not get the vaccine, and I'm happy I didn't. I don't know if you've seen I don't know if you've seen kind of what's happened and what kind of reports they've had on the impact of, the vaccine, but it's been pretty damn damning. Sure did, man. You should check out a documentary called Vaxxed. It was an interesting one. You had to get it for work. You regret it every day. No booster though. Thank God. Yeah, thank God, man. Yeah, that I know a lot of people had really bad experiences with the booster. And again, I'm not, you know, people that decide to get the vaccine, it is what it is. I just prefer to not be, criticized for choosing not to get it. Um, there were a lot of people. There was a documentary I watched. I think it was Vaxxed 3 or something like that, and basically they just went around the country, um, interviewing families that had family members that literally dropped dead after getting the vaccine, and you won't find wide reports on it. No news media coverage on it, but there were tons and tons and tons of people that had family members that either drop dead or are now like mentally handicapped after it. And thank God for all the people that took it that didn't have that kind of adverse reaction. But there are a ton of cases of people that did. Um, so anyway, it was such a weird time that was. Yo, what's up, Monster? No, I'm still working on it, but like it's taken a long time, so I didn't have anything to do in between. So I am playing this while I'm doing that. I'm multitasking. I know, me too, man. Me too. Did you? I don't know if I can't remember if I asked you, Monster. Did you catch any of that move this morning though? I copy that. Is Minecraft like the major game you play? I thought it would stay open for the days. Oh yeah, yeah, copy that. That was actually the smarter move rather than trying to play that NFP move. Nice, man. You say you get those from Sam's Club or is it Costco? Okay, word. Okay, that's nice, man. So you and your girlfriend play a lot of co-op games? Have you tried playing like a survival game with your girlfriend, like The Forest or what's Dragon Wilds? RuneScape Dragon Wilds? Hmm. Looks like this is puzzle time. Damn, Gavin, don't you get enough of Arc already? You just love it, huh? The fuck? Arc is life. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, I would probably play, but you guys are too serious about it, and then you guys fake you guys fake getting off, and then you go play because I'm not good enough. You guys take Arc way too seriously, I think. At least for me. No. Um Oh, Monster. We played the Forest. Sons of the Forest. Nice, dude. Sons of the Forest is a lot of fun for co-op for sure. Damn, you guys played a shit ton. Okay, nice. That's what's up. Um, Gavin, no, we don't. We don't fake. That's just cruel. That's what happened that one time, and I was like, "Damn, dude, that's whack. Like, that's really whack." That your brother and your cousin did that. I was like, that's so serious. Um, fuck, I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Okay. No, it's all good. I'm not offended by it. I totally get it when people take shit seriously. I do have a buddy that just got into Arc pretty heavily. He loves it. He's like my childhood buddy, and I told him he was gonna fucking love it, and I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't take much to get to like max level, but he got to max level I think in just a couple weeks. Yo, what's up, Jaden? We were just talking about you. Rust is life. Do you still play Rust? Have you gotten Gavin on Rust yet? Dude, my AI has been working for 30 minutes on this shit. I think it's fucked up. I feel like Rust is probably the best um, game of its type that I've played at least. I really like the being able to kill people and take all of their loot. That's probably the best thing about it. Kind of like in Ark, but probably a little more meaningful in Rust, right? Dude, this thing has been working for 34 minutes. I think it. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna check on it. Uh, Tarkov is fun. Yeah, there's some other. It's like what? Damn, there's some other like extraction shooters that are pretty good too. Like what is there? Something Gray Warzone or something like that. And then I can't remember what the other one was. There's another one that's trying to compete with Tarkov too that looks pretty good. The fuck? Go to the top of the spire of the stars. Okay. Yeah, it definitely is. Good looking game. Motherfucker. I don't think I can make that. Hmm. Damn, I don't know. All right. Yeah, I couldn't. I think there's one. The elevator doesn't like work here, and so it looked like I had to insert those little boxes into these. Where over here, and this one. No, not that one. This one. Or did I do it to all of them? Yeah. Kind of looks like I did it to all of them. I don't know. But I was assuming that this was gonna like light up and then I was gonna be able to take this up, but I don't know about this right here, you know? Oh, okay. I just had to like push it really hard, I guess. I did a long time ago. I did. Monster. It's a code. Okay, what is this? So you can see there's like, they're here, and okay, so that's like three. That's one. I don't know how to adjust the heights. Maybe I push the button. Okay. So that one needs to be all the way up. The circle needs to be down one. So let's see, how do I adjust this shit? There we go. Okay, that is there. Square needs to be all the way down. There we go. Oh, it needs to be up one. Damn it. Son of a bitch. What about you, Jaden? Did you play World of Warcraft? Man, I feel like that was a lifetime ago for me. Come on, get up there. Oh my god. It's my stamina that's the issue. There we go. Oh, it's all good, man. $1 billion. What's going on? No trading at the moment. Yeah, yeah. I thought the market was going to be open today. I thought the futures market was going to be open today, at least for a little bit. 1 billion. Did you catch any of that move this morning? Got nothing. It was a pretty volatile move. It was basically the market chopping around for a long time, and then it made that one NFP move, and then a little bit of chop after, but that's it. Nice, man. Doing it for tax purposes. Okay. It is a good idea to do to start thinking about that when you're serious about trading. It can be good for proof of income too. The hell? Oh no. That wasn't it? Oh shit. How do I even get back up there? Damn, I gotta go through that elevator all. Okay, peace out, 1 billion. Have a good Easter, man. Uh, the fuck? Hmm. What the hell? Mm. Hmm. Damn. I don't know. What did you hear? Mm. Hmm. Yes. What's up? Search for IQ. Sorry, my I was working on my AI stuff and it was taking a long time, so I decided to play this while it's working. But yeah, ask away, man. Hmm. You think Facebook is trekking into bad territory as far as how it is advertising scams using AI and doing nothing to regulate the scams? That's an interesting question. So are you talking about like AI generating um, advertising on Facebook and Facebook isn't doing anything? For instance, I can search for an attorney on Facebook with 100 results. Um, and 100 results will be phishing AI scams pretending to be real attorneys and will become victim to identity theft. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, I think what that comes down to, honestly, is who's actually responsible for that. Is it AI? And so I think more than anything, it's more a question of whether or not Facebook should be banning people who do that rather than it actually being like an AI issue, because AI is just going to help people, do that stuff more efficiently, but it's really the people that should be responsible for it, right? But yeah, I mean, I would imagine that they've probably got to have some stuff in place soon if people are able to mass produce advertising like that for phishing scams. That would be my guess, but yeah, I mean, it seems like dangerous territory, that's for damn sure. I've also heard a few times Facebook itself is exempt from being liable. Yeah, I mean, that would be my guess because anybody can put up an ad on Facebook as long as they pay the money to do it, and Facebook wouldn't know, um, unless it's through an account that is continuously, scamming people, in which case that account would be banned, but then someone would just probably spin up another account. So that's a difficult question to answer because now people have the ability to utilize AI to generate that kind of shit at scale, right? Mimu coin looks clean. I haven't checked out Mimu coin. I'm guessing you're a crypto trader. The review process, I don't believe, is even human regulated for Facebook reports. Yeah. So, search for IQ. I guess this goes into kind of a deeper topic. What are your thoughts on AI in general? Nice, man. All right, this is what I need to do. They have entire Facebook customer support pages of AI pretending to be Facebook customer support to attain your account information. Entire face. Mm, damn, dude, that's tough. I feel it's already here, and all we can do to make it better, and and all we can do to make it better, but by not regulating it and allowing a platform to host obvious scam services is wrong. I mean, I can't argue with that. That's for damn sure. The problem is it's so widely used now, like, and with the efficiency of it, how like you could shut down one site and five more pop up. You know what I mean? So my guess is kind of based on how you're talking about it. You don't use AI, or do you use AI? You just are a proponent of using it responsibly. Happy Easter, brother. Oh, you do? Okay. How are you using AI currently? But you can legit use AI services to look for keywords to automatically not allow these scam sites. So you're talking about like Facebook utilizing AI to fight AI scam websites, and they should be using it more responsibly to do things like that, is what you're saying? AI. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the direction we're headed is we got AI on AI. We'll have AI regulating AI. What the So insurance companies right now enter prompts that disallow legal financial responsibility to pay for surgeries. Let me read that again. Insurance companies right now enter prompts to disallow legal financial responsibilities to pay for surgeries. Oh, damn. I mean, that that's going to happen across all industries, and that's horrible. I mean, insurance companies are I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that kind of stuff because essentially what you're talking about is companies taking advantage of loopholes that exist that probably otherwise wouldn't be able to be taken advantage of with a human doing the job. But AI is going to be so efficient at finding loopholes that it's part of their business practice to use it to increase their bottom line. Essentially, is what it comes down to. And unfortunately, like that is the nature of the business, right? The nature of insurance companies that they will do everything they can in their power to increase their profitability as a company and decrease the amount of payouts they have to have. Lawmakers are using AI to look for keywords to take away funding from keywords of charities they don't like based on bigotry. Yeah, I mean, there is absolutely nothing we can do about that. It's a part of our reality at this point. You know that companies are going to use AI for all kinds of stuff, whether it's good, bad, gray, and there is absolutely nothing we can do about it. So it's kind of like we got to accept the reality of that. Um, Now, what you're talking about is potentially regulating that kind of stuff, but I mean, how what you're really kind of talking about is kind of has to do with whether or not it's morally right or not. And companies are always going to subscribe to practices that are not morally right. And there's nothing regulation on AI, I think, can do about that. AI was promised to help humanity, but there needs to be an effort to show what is happening because companies are using it to protect gains and get rid of the workforce with no compensation. Yeah, again, it's like, what are you going to do? Tell people don't do that? Don't use AI in your companies? That's just not going to fly. And what it's going to, I mean, it will, I think, I mean, it's on pace to replace 50% of white collar jobs over the next couple years. And like, there's nothing you could do about that. I'm not saying don't use it, but use it in a responsible way that's beneficial. People are going to use it for all kinds of. I mean, look how the United States was using Anthropic, and now is going to be using AI for military use. And imagine all of the different, swarms of drones that are going to be operated and operations planned through AI. I mean, there's just unfortunately we can't do anything about it. Everyone drives. Some people hit pedestrians and some don't. Police are there to regulate that. I feel like there needs to be AI regulation. Well, let me ask you this: how would it work if you wanted to reduce the amount of workforce that AI displaces? How would you regulate something like that? Hmm. No. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. No, I was trying to Alt Tab, and apparently Alt is roll on the keyboard. Oh my god, that's awful. You got to be fucking kidding me. I would require an active plan that shows the benefits it provides. Increased productivity is good, but not if it makes people not able to buy food because of no income. Well, now you're getting into kind of subjectivity on what's actually helpful and what's not, because there's a case to be made that increased efficiency is a deflationary um, practice, right? Like require a farm ran by AI that can be overseen by those who normally would have a job pre-AI. Like I mean, it's an interesting discussion because if you look at, for instance, like video gaming, right? A lot of people have issues with game companies using AI generated voice acting or anything that has to do with the art of the game. But then people also have issues with companies going out of business and then shutting down a studio, for instance. And who 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 can make a judgment on whether or not AI is going to be good for a business or an industry or not? Because a lot of people would look at using AI generated voice acting as a way to cut down costs that could increase the longevity of that studio in an industry where, prices to make, entertainment is extremely high currently. So I guess the question would be, how do you make a subjective sort of judgment call on something like that seemingly objective? Increased efficiency does not necessarily mean increase for the individual. Increase efficiently sounds like that, but it very well could mean increased monetary profit for an AI company. Well, what about increased monetary profit for a video game company? Like in that example, it's not the AI that's necessarily having increased profit, it's um, the video game company. And yeah, it's putting out it's putting voice actors out of work. But at the same time, companies right now are having issues with costs associated with building games, for instance. So I guess, it goes back to the question, how do you try to enforce a subjective read on whether AI is going to be used well, that's going to benefit humanity and customers of that company um, with something like that? You brainstorm and use it for what it should be used for in the first place. Well, nobody said that it had to be used for anything in the first place. It just people started developing AI, so it's not like it's been preemptively relegated to a specific set of tasks. Beneficial to society, not for privatized monetary gains. So you're saying there should be an oversight committee that says, is this beneficial for society or not? So again, it goes back to the question, how would you then decide what's beneficial for society or what's not if it comes to increasing efficiency of, let's say, a workflow process that might cut out employment for specific individuals? Are there certain jobs that are going to be less valuable than others, less morally depraved than making other decisions that would cut out other jobs? Like, what's going to be beneficial to society is, you know, uh, in most ways, I would say subjective. You'd have to look at specific sectors. I like combating the scams. I mean, 100% on the scams for sure. And I think, in my opinion, it opens up the door for an opportunity for just like security companies, like cybersecurity companies, it opens up the opportunity for businesses to focus on that line of business, just like cybersecurity does for companies. This could be something that, Facebook potentially hires out to do. But I think the issue is, with a company like Facebook, is it worth it for them to hire to spend money combating this if it's net positive for them to be, you know, selling advertisement to companies that are scammers? Because they're even without AI, people are going to be scammers, and they're still selling advertisement to those people. So is it in their interest to do it? And if it's not in their interest, should it be enforced that they spend money to combat those things? Okay, but and I understand you're talking about AI generated stuff right now that leads to phishing scams, but what about for people that what about when it's not AI generated and and phishing scams just exist out there? I mean, somebody could write a script, right, that's not AI generated or anything, and they could be doing hundreds of phishing scams a day without using AI. Then use AI to combat it. Okay, but you're I mean, okay, but we're talking about like whether or not it should be enforced or there should be like it should be regulated. And so what you're saying is that you should have a regulatory body that um, enforces positive use in AI. I mean, I think that would definitely be helpful. Definitely an element of subjectivity to it, though. Okay. Or at least that enforces companies to not be a starting point for these scams that are in your face every day on their platforms. I mean, look, as far as like seeing these ads and stuff, I am I couldn't agree more about like I don't want to see that shit. I don't want my family to see that shit. I mean, you hear these horror stories about the phishing scams and people just getting scammed in general. Um, and they're terrible. You know, nobody deserves that. And, you know, if it were up to me, I would probably be okay with murdering the people who scam, you know, like people like, you know, your grandma. You know, I would probably be okay with that. I don't give a shit about their well-being. That's just kind of who I am. Like, if, but we're talking about like from a legal perspective, it's just it's a difficult topic because number one, it's unexplored territory, and I understand that you're suggesting it, and I think it's probably a good idea. Whether or not it's enforceable, I think, is the question. It's kind of like when you look at Craigslist, right? I mean, there are tons of people scamming on Craigslist, tons of people scamming on eBay. With eBay, you know, the scamming, their insurance policies against the scamming. But when you're it like on Facebook, when it's just advertisements, it's like you take responsibility for engaging with that company after the advertisement is served, whereas eBay is actually providing a platform for you to exchange goods. You look at Facebook as an extension of culture, like a plugin for life, and it needs to be regarded as such. Yeah, so I'm sure you're familiar with the big lawsuit they had about um, sharing data for from people's profiles to data companies, right? That to me is like it should be enforced. Um, even if I mean it's tough because they have it in their terms of service that they do that kind of shit. But most people don't read that. All right, Adam. Check you later, man. Hmm. Dude, have a great Easter, man. And I'll see you Monday, brother. I don't believe they are, but they do. They're regulated. I just feel like Facebook needs a bit of regulation. Hey, man, I'm with you. I'm, I think Facebook should do that shit. I don't think they will, though. And I don't know if it's going to be enforceable. Have you had experience with getting scammed before? Hmm. Copy that. Have you seen the YouTube channels that essentially create videos of them scamming scammers and catching scammers? Pretty good, pretty good stuff out there. Some of the guys that do it. I mean, most of the time, what they're doing is wasting the scammers' time and fishing those scammers and letting like essentially leading them on to believe that they're going to be giving them a shit ton of money, and then it just never comes through. They're pretty sick, dude. I went down a rabbit hole looking at these guys like that were scamming the scammers or just leading them on, leading like spending hours leading them on, and then giving them kind of like fake confirmation numbers from gift cards or whatever. I guess is the way that they do it, or confirmation numbers from um, Western Union. Pretty pretty entertaining shit. You saw this comedian, he made fake call center to report illegals to ICE, and he recorded and publicly displayed bigotry. That's not cool. People calling thinking they were reporting someone. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that that to me is not entertaining. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was fake, it's kind of icky. Finally, I can get the hell out of here. Yeah, that's not cool at all, man. Um, I don't know. I guess he was trying to be. He was maybe trying to make these people look like fools. He's doing it to show basically show how ridiculous people were and their hate. Yeah, that makes sense. Got it. I don't even know. I don't even know how you like who who's doing that. What are they? What the hell are they doing? They know people that were. I don't even know. Like who? Their neighbors or what the hell? That's such a shitty thing to do. Anyway, you're a coder. What kind of coding projects do you work on? I haven't been doing much with it lately. Lately, mostly using AI to code. I haven't decided what to do to get into it. Or okay, cybercrime laws. I mean, I think that's probably going to be a you know one of the fastest. I mean, it's already a huge growth industry, but um, probably exponential. Over the in the near future, foreseeable future, I should say. Okay, copy that. You use AI for a lot of research. Cool. What kind of research do you do with AI? What, you want some? Trying to get into enforcing through petition platforms to create better infrastructure. Trying to get into enforcing through petition platforms. You might have to clarify that. Mostly law, what information on how to use prompts? You're into like politics or social justice or what? Ah, well, that makes sense. That's what we've been talking about. Cool. Made you feel like you really need to do your. Oh, we've spoken to a lot of attorneys asking about cases and the amount of times they all have gotten given you conflicting information. Made you feel like you need to do your own research because I don't believe they knew what they were talking about. Yeah, most likely. It's usually the case. Definitely another industry where AI is going to make a huge impact on jobs, law firms. Been in situations that you have needed attorneys. Yeah, I think I think attorneys will always be necessary, but the um, administrative duties for law firms, I think, are going to be heavily operated by AI in the future. Yeah, and this is a 911 dispatcher mishandled a call that resulted in death. Wow, Jesus, that's terrible. Oh, what's up, Coda? You want to come back in? Oh, one sec. I'm gonna grab my dog. I'll be right back. What's up, baby boy? Hi. What are you doing, huh? Yeah. Hello. Yep. Hello. Hi, what? You good boy? You good boy? I love you. Love you. We're going. We're going. You going? So you started doing lots of legal research, see how companies lie. Yeah. And so my main interests are law, social justice, use of AI, and I feel they all can complement each other. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I mean, right now the thing is with AI is that it's such an incredible tool, and the use of it is only getting better and broader and deeper. And so as it relates to using AI to your benefit, it's like you're only limited by your creativity. So if you want to use it for social justice and law, you could do whatever you want with it, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing, I think. Whereas previously, um, you couldn't. I mean, it's just like the internet, right? Like when the internet first came out, it was such a huge deal because you could have information at your fingertips. Whereas previously, you'd have to go to a library to ingest that information. But now, even more so, you can have hyper specific and deep research done for you in a way that was just absolutely impossible previously. And it can code for you, which is a huge thing, which again is like you're only limited by your creativity. Before, if you wanted to create an app or a website previously, let's say 20 years ago, you wanted to create a website, you'd have to learn how to code. Now you do not need to know how to code to create a website or an app. Gonna get rid of some shit. Get rid of this. Yeah, I think it'll continue to change as well. Yeah, I mean that's definitely one thing you can do. You can also just have it create the Python you need. So my brother is a coder, and it's a little bit different when you're working on projects that are proprietary. Um, Essentially, they're not using AI because of that. But in this day and age, you can use AI to code whatever it is you want to, and you don't have to have coding as a skill. Use it for animation. I took a picture of a Halloween decoration and added music and made it dance to the season. Nice. Yeah, that kind of creative stuff. I mean, one of the ideas I thought about using for AI is a using it to generate like children's stories. Like think about a YouTube channel that is completely generated by AI, and essentially you feed it, the topics, and each episode that a kid watches would you would want it to have like kind of a key tenet to it, like honesty or camaraderie, loyalty, things like that. And you could just have an infinite generation of cartoons, and then create a YouTube channel. Those kids' channels make a shit ton of money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that was one of the ideas I just had to, create a channel like that. Yeah, once a day, or it would cycle through different, not just honesty, but whatever it is, friendship, camaraderie, family, sharing. Exactly. That was the exact thought I had. I think it would do well. Just, it'd take quite a bit of work. Got to have like an agentic workflow that could do that. But if you get it to be autonomous, why not? You just got the cost of all the AI tools, essentially. Whoa, 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 whoa. Something I learned once was quite cool quote. Like people tend to wait until they feel ready before. Yes, the world responds to action, not emotion. That's a fantastic quote. I agree with it 100%. Usually in work environments, that's kind of my MO or my mentality is like instead of scheduling to do this or putting it on our to-do list, let's do it right now. Let's get it done right now. And to be honest, if I wasn't working on all the stuff I work on a regular basis, I would probably be a lot more into doing those sort of creative projects right now, especially considering that, I mean, there's just so much you could do with AI right now. Synapse signals and findings. Use meta glasses with voice commands to take notes of books I'm reading. That's a good use of that, I think. That's cool. I like that. I've thought about getting the meta glasses. I was gonna wait for this next iteration whenever that comes and check them out. But that seems like a really good use of it. Sounds like you got a lot of creative uses for AI. I'm interested to see, kind of the direction you end up taking. Got to be honest, the social justice and legal stuff does not sound super interesting to me as a pursuit, but I'm sure you're going to find a way to make it really kind of take advantage of AI and be super effective. And so I'm sure it's going to be rewarding for you. I tend to lean on the side of like social, you know, certain topics within social justice, yes, but for the most part, I feel like humanity, uh, I don't know, they're just so, I think there's so many, how do I put it? There's so many people that don't deserve, um, that kind of work because there's so many shitty people out there that, in my opinion, are looking for some things, obviously are worth it, but some people I think don't deserve the defense that people that work for social justice, I think deserve. Basically, just a lot of ungrateful people that are relying on people like you to do work for them. I think is my point. Probably a controversial topic, but I like to be honest. So many situations where people did not know their rights and were backshelved because of not having money. Yeah, I mean that's certainly a good cause. That's true, and I think that's a good cause. Well, I mean, I think that's commendable. I used to be in the hospitality industry, and I worked with people quite a bit, and obviously in a different type of context, but kind of turned me off from people. Like, oh, I mean, I've worked with people my whole life, and I think in general most people suck. Where is it? This one? I lost a job recently because I quit because we had to go to a harassment class, and the director told me I had to allow the police to harass me at work because we needed them when we needed help. That sounds like a really weird, sticky situation. Director told you you had to allow the police to harass you at work because we needed them when we needed help. That's weird. What the fuck? Damn. Tried to talk to HR about it. Let me try and get this thing done here. Do I have to fill this thing up? What? Son of a. You asked her to use legal terminology in statement. I tried to talk to HR about it, and they said they no longer need to respond to you because I'm no longer an employee. And you asked her, oh my god, ugh, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear about that. Oh, I think I need to fill it up before my stamina dies. I think that's what it is. Um, it was a bad job. The boss tried to show a video to his manager, trying to get me in trouble for a lie. Sounds like drama, dude. I don't like drama. Anytime I've ever been, with a company, I just try and do my work and keep my head down. No drama, no nothing. Just do my job. Stay out of bullshit. And I never responded well to anybody that, pushed drama or even just like office gossip shit. I'm just not about that. Damn. I think I need to have more stamina. That's what I think. Mm, damn. That's hilarious. Well, good. Good riddance, little fucker. Um, hey, I'm actually gonna sign off here, go get some lunch, but appreciate you tuning in and chatting, dude. It was a interesting conversation, man. I'm gonna go grab some lunch. But yeah, search for IQ. I'm looking forward to, potentially chatting with you in the future and seeing how you're doing. And hope you have a good Easter. You there? Yeah, I'm not sure if you're there, but anyway, I'm gonna peace out. So nice to meet you, and I'll chat with you later.